runny nose, mucus coming out, sunset. Blue blockers on, check. And ready, 3, 2, 1. Hey! People, how's it going? How's it going, how's it going, how's it going? Thursday, Wednesday even. Wednesday evening, sun setting is in the UK right now. We're about 5 minutes after sunset. Official time, been out for 2 hours, getting that sunrise and grounding too at the graveyard. And whilst getting this, reading a book, Arnold Ehret's book I was reading, Rational Fasting. It was pretty cool. Very exciting times we are living in, and time for me too. Very exciting. But I want to make a video. There's 2 videos I want to make. This one will be the first of 2. I'll do the other one tomorrow, I think. But this one's important for guys, or for women too, that are interested for their partners, or just general knowledge, right? Because I'm quite fascinated in not just knowledge for the male species, but the female species. For example, menstruation, maybe the idea that women aren't supposed to menstruate. Why do women live longer? So women's sexual cultivation, Man's Chia style, not just men. I'll be buying the book of that too. It's exciting. But in this one I want to talk about an absolute fact. Yeah, and I hate dogma, but I mean, there's an absolute fact that I figured out a way to actually stop, for all guys, because my body's your body, for all guys to stop having wet dreams at all, at all. And wet dreams only come about deep into retention of semen. So if guys say they don't get wet dreams, if guy says he doesn't get wet dreams, or hardly ever has them, that's because he's not done semen retention for very long. All guys will get wet dreams. Well, all guys who don't practice this, which is most guys, all guys are going to, some point, even if they're dedicated to no-fat masturbation, non-ejaculatory sex with a partner, solo, single, whatever, at some point you're going to experience wet dreams. And I've been sitting on this idea of how to stop it. At first, when I did transcendental meditation, I got into that last August. I still do that daily, by the way. I thought that would stop meditation before bed. I thought that transcendental meditation, being particularly powerful meditation, would stop the wet dreams. No, it didn't. We do know that being healthy generally will help prevent as many wet dreams during semen retention runs. Also, definitely, so meditation helps before bed, eating the right foods, and also not eating at night time will help. But here's the actual one that I've been sitting on knowledge on, and I thought in my head, ever since I started practicing this, it might actually be this. And then 2 nights ago, I had confirmation. Confirmation when I had a sexual dream where I should have ejaculated, but I didn't. And I know why, and I know that any guy can do this, and it ties in with what guys should be doing anyway if you watch my stuff, which is Mantok Chia stuff, right? Sending the sexual energy that you, as an all-powerful human being, whether you're a man or woman, your sexual energy is the most powerful energy, far beyond the power of food, far beyond the power of the sunlight, sun food, fruits. Why? Why is sexual energy more powerful than food energy? Because sexual energy doesn't have to be digested. Energy that's coming in, that's, you know, like food has to take, it takes energy, even fruits, right, even they're the best, they take energy to digest. So food is a second-hand energy. There's a little loss there, but there is no loss with sexual energy. Sexual energy for guys and women, when women are internally orgasming during sex masturbation, or when guys are internally orgasming by themselves, single or double cultivation, either or, is amazing energy medicine. And the key for guys is you don't want to be having these wet dreams, because you can practice semen retention all you want, but you're still prone every 50, 100 days, 150 days. I don't think I've ever heard of a guy that's gone semen retention long run of substantial length that hasn't had a wet dream. Of course, that doesn't mean they've broken their run. It doesn't mean they jacked off. It doesn't mean they can carry on and say they've been doing semen retention for a very long time. Maybe I think the longest is 365, but the point is, this is the actual way. So the actual way is to get into Mantok Chia. I've said this before. Start reading Mantok Chia if you've heard of him. Start watching. He's got a good video I'm watching at the moment with London Real on YouTube. Get his books. All right, great entry. The Multi-Orgasmic. If you're a guy, there is a Multi-Orgasmic Man. If you're a guy, there's also one called what is it called? Male Energy. The purple book is for men. And then there's also a book for women. Cultivating Male Sexual Energy is and then the women's one is Cultivating Female Energy, which I'm going to buy too, because I want to learn about the women's one. But yeah, you buy that book, and you start learning how to. It's not just, look, semen retention is amazing. I'm day 28 now. I'm going to keep going, and I'm not going to have a wet dream. So I don't know when this run is going to end. Think on that. But semen retention is the foundation that for a guy that charges up the sexual energy And semen retention allows for easier playing around of your sexual energy, sending it around the body. Now, when you practice something super easy, as it can get more complicated when you really get deep into this stuff, but the chia stuff, mantle chia stuff is easy. I've said this before, like literally you can, without even thought's a bit harder, but you can start manually using your anus pump to send the sexual energy around your body, which is charged and built, and it's easier to flow every single day, semen retention. So you start doing that. You start using the pump, you start anus contracting, and then also combine that with, even if you don't combine it with, but if you add on to that at some point, imagining the sexual energy going from the penis testicles around your body to the arms, the legs, the spine, the head, and sitting at the abdomen, all this kind of stuff, you're going to receive benefits. Now, get this, it's healing medicine. Semen retention, sending the sexual energy around the body semen retention is key for that. It will make it easier and easier and easier, more fun. And you can orgasm in different organs of the body. I orgasm in the brain, I orgasm every day in the brain, or in the arms, in the legs, wherever I put my mind to, I orgasm when I'm doing the pump. So I do the pump without thinking about it now, and then I can send the orgasm to any parts of the body and amplify it, and then try it for a whole body orgasm, and try for my head, and all this stuff. And it's very cool. And I've said before, it's not even about the orgasm and the pleasure. Well, that is pretty fun. It's more about the medicine. So it's amplifying where it goes. It goes into my brain, the sexual energy. It's just going to amplify my brain, my speed of thought. If it goes into my arms are stronger. It goes to my legs stronger. Anyway, the point of practicing, as well as it sending the healing medicine to all of the things in the body, what it actually does, if you do this, I do this twice daily, what it's actually done is it's going to stop, and it has stopped 2 nights ago, it stopped my wet dreams. Because 2 nights ago, I was having a sexual dream, and I got to that point where I should have ejaculated, and I woke up and I thought, oh, I've ejaculated. But then I checked and nothing had come out. Now, why had that happened? 2 reasons. Number 1, the anus contractions, the perineum contractions, strengthening your perineum is going to majorly make it easier to stop that wet dream ejaculation. That's 1. But number 2, the main reason, is because every day now, daily, in the morning and at night, although to be honest, you do it 3 times a day really. I do it midday most times, so I do it 3 times a day, but you don't need to. Here's what I'm telling you. If you just practiced sending the sexual energy, which is super easy, for 5-10 minutes a day, at night time before you go to bed, well, try to do it in the morning too, but particularly morning it might just stop it, but guarantee if you do it just before night time, before you go to bed, whatever practice you've got at night time before you hit the sack as a guy, and you're deep into semen retention, you're worried about wet dreams, and you're just even worried about it, you're human, it just might happen. Even if you don't worry about it, it's going to happen. Because, that sexual only gets too blocked up in one area, even if you're kind of clean. Because even the clean guys that eat good, it happens to you. You practice at night time, like just a couple of minutes of sending that sexual energy, the manual anus perineum contraction pump with thought, or even if you're good enough with thought alone, sending it to the brain, the organs of the body. Go to bed. What you'll do is, like me, you may still have sexual thoughts, whatever you want to call it, concubus or, demons and shit, like I did 2 nights ago. But that was honestly the first experience I've ever had of having like that point where I thought I should have ejaculated because I had that sexual dream and it felt like I had, but I checked down there, there was nothing. I hadn't. And I know why, because now since only a couple of weeks really, I've been stepping up. A couple of weeks, yeah, a couple of 4, 5, 6 weeks now. I've been doing it twice daily, sending the sexual energy around my body, having orgasms all over the place, and that has prevented, and will prevent in any guy, wet dreams. Now, how long? I don't know. I'd say at least a couple of minutes, at least 5-10 minutes of this. It's not good enough just to do a couple of quick anus contractions of a couple of seconds and think, oh yeah, that's enough. No, make sure you've got this, you can feel the sexual energy in your arms and legs, you can concentrate its power, imagine it going to your brain, imagine it going to your abdomen, imagine it going to your arms, imagine it going to your legs, imagine it going to your spine, feel it where it's at. When I start doing, if I'm being honest, whenever I start doing the anus contractions, the perineum contractions without the thought, I'll just do and oh, by the way, I don't do it aroused either. Whatever the cool draw, I just do the cold turkey draw, I'm not even at all aroused. I'll just start doing it unaroused all the time. So I don't know, never heard Martok Chia talk about that. He says you've got to arouse yourself or have a sexual thought. I seem to be doing okay, non-aroused. That's how powerful your sexual, yours, how powerful sexual. You don't even need to arouse, and you can still have you can still create that shit. That's crazy. Yeah, so it's actually stopping my wet dreams. I know this for now, and I don't know. I'll say this now as I might be wrong here, but I got a funny feeling. if I'm correct, and I know I'm correct, by the way, if I don't get wet dreams, and I know that I'm not, and for me, it's never been, once I get a momentum of day 4 to 7, a semen retention run, I know I'm never going to fap, and it's no willpower. After day 4 to 7, it's only the first couple of days I need willpower. After I've had a wet dream, what's happened in the past is I've had a wet dream, and then the next day or the day after I thought, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to bust a nut. And then I'll maybe bust once or bust the next day twice, and I'll get back on it again. So I always do long semen retention runs, and they're always broken by wet dreams with me. I predict that, well, I know I'm never going to have any wet dreams, although you never say never, with a cool draw and the sending sexual energy around the body. So I've got a funny feeling this one's going to go on for a long time. Yeah, and then I can really practice. Then each day is going to be more exciting because I'm practicing having more sexual energy to send around the body, more better orgasming. More better orgasming? That doesn't even exist. Better orgasming. I mean, deeper, more sexual energy that goes into all parts of the body, because each day that you do semen retention, your sexual energy builds. It builds each single day, which is fucking cool. And each day that it builds, it makes it easier and easier and easier, and it won't be broken by a wet dream, so I wonder how long this one's going to last. That's interesting. It gives me a lot of time, basically, to practice solo cultivation and mess about with maybe some more deeper stuff than basic stuff I'm doing. I think I'm at a basic level, to be honest with you. Just orgasming all over the place, but just very simple, cool draw. I know that there's levels beyond this. I know there's different techniques I'm going to read about from Montauk Chia that I'm going to try, and it's pretty cool. I also know that if I do involve myself with a partner, I'm going to practice the big draw, and I maybe fuck up the first few times because you get excited and, like, you know, you try your best. But hey, it's exciting, and this year, 2020, is for me sexual mastery year. So I hope that some people can get some value out of my experiences with semen retention and not having wet dreams and practicing the cold draw and having orgasms inside your arms, your legs, your head, your neck, your spine, your organs, your kidneys, because it enhances the function and it feels fucking great. And my energy has gone, guys, I'm not lying to you, my energy's gone through the fucking roof since I started practicing this. Since I added sexual energy medicine, I realise now it's way more powerful than diet, and it's like fasting. Sexual energy medicine seems to be the most powerful thing. When you circulate it around the body, semen retention gives you ridiculous energy anyway, but there's deeper level than just semen retention that I don't think many guys in the semen retention community aren't aware of. Maybe they're aware of Montauk Chia stuff, of sending it around, but they're not practicing it. And I think that's a huge problem, because I want guys to I want guys to do semen retention as the first, but now I want guys also to consider that there's much higher energy level than just semen retention. And I'm obsessed with high energy levels and being the best version of myself, the healthiest version of myself. So I consider sexual energy medicine to be the absolute key, with semen retention being a foundation. But now let's go beyond that, guys. Let's go beyond semen retention and just assume that's going to happen. Although I work with people wherever they're at. If you need encouragement, I'll help you with that, sure. But assume that's just going to be easy and happen. And now let's talk about send in your sexual energy that you have preserved from semen retention. You preserved it, so you deserve this now. You can send that away from the genitals and testicles. Now listen, I also posted about this a few days ago, and this is actually quite true. Your semen retention run, being on semen retention will unconsciously send the sexual energy around your body, even if you don't do any Montauk Chia practice or think the thoughts of sending it around the body. It will do it anyway, unconsciously. Yeah, it will do that anyway. That's one of the huge benefits of semen retention. Rise of testosterone, huge. Preservation of nutrients, huge. But also, when you do semen retention anyway, without anything else but semen retention, which is basically not doing something, like not eating, fasting, it's like not playing around with your dick, even having sex with a woman, ejaculating sex. If you practice that, some of the sexual energy you preserve will go around the body. But you can do way more than that. That's a very basic, to me, level. Now let's talk about moving the energy around the body in a proficient manner through thought and using the manual pump of the anus perineum. And there's also a pump in the sacrocranium, the craniosacral. That's the sacral at the bottom, the cranium, whatever, down here, the neck, there's a pump too, which I'll talk about, the turtle or something. I need to get into that. There's a lot to come from me. I'm just excited and high energy, and 2020 is my year for solo cultivation, for now, sexual, and that's the way to practice though, isn't it? Practice by yourself first, and then you can start thinking about the bigger stuff and bigger picture, relationships and stuff. Get good at being healthy by yourself before you even start, because that's another huge exciting microcosmic orbit loop between partners is extremely appealing to me. Soul orgasms, you guys know this, right? You can have full body orgasms between you and your partner, each individually, but also if you keep doing them, you keep practicing, you can eventually dissolve your ego, she can dissolve her ego, and you can actually, like taking psychedelics, it's an experience where you see the person's soul for who they actually are through sex and practice of cultivation of circulating the loop. That's how far you can take this with a partner. But you can also do that. You can practice single, but then the partner shit is next level, and that's something that is exciting. It doesn't mean you have to be brahmachari and celibacy. This is way beyond. This is way beyond brahmachari and celibacy. When you talk about soul orgasms, check out I said before, Sexual Kung Fu's video on soul orgasms. Sexual Kung Fu's the guy. Maybe I hope to be, by the way, another of those guys to add community of sexual health. Certainly, for at least I can concentrate on by myself and how to do that, and then maybe if there's the future with a partner, which is pretty exciting. There's a lot to come, and yes, to conclude, to recap, wet dreams, how to stop, guaranteed. I'm going to keep speaking this because I think it's that important. I'm damn sure I'm not going to have it. Is to practice. Montauk Chi is cool, draw. You can even, if you want to, practice the aroused big draw, get near the point of no return. That's something I've got to experiment with, I guess, but I'm pretty happy with the cold draw, unaroused, setting the sexual. I do the unaroused sexual, setting the sexual energy around the body because I can do it anywhere. I don't need to be aroused. I can just go on the streets and do it. I can just do it anywhere. It's pretty cool. But that's the one for me, like sending the sexual energy around the body consciously, not just accidentally through semen retention, which it does anyway. But it's not enough because then if we're sending so much sexual energy around the body unconsciously through semen retention, then why are guys on semen retention having wet dreams like 100 days, 150 days, 200 days into it? I know it's not a lot to have one every 100 days, 150 days, 200 days, but still, that doesn't need to happen at all because you can just send it around the body every single day and it not just stop wet dreams. That's the point of making the video. There's a bit of a, clickbait title. The main point of sending a sexual energy around the medicine that I want to promote is it's just fucking through the roof energy, a bit like aged urine, a bit like when you're high on fasting. Sexual energy is just there. It's the most prominent fucking thing in the universe as a guy. And trust me, if you're a guy that's ejaculating, even with a fucking partner, you are losing your energy, brothers. You are fucking losing your energy. Are you fucking stupid? No. Come on. Show yourself respect. Show yourself some love. Show your woman some love. Preserve that semen and send it up. Become healthier. That's too much giving. You're ejaculating with your partner. You're giving too much and not receiving. Yeah, you're a giver, but you're also giving too much. Don't give away your seed, man. Alright, okay. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I love you very much.